Gonna be real smooth like Gary Coleman. Gonna be real.
Welcome everyone to another episode of Ask J-Mo. Today I have a special guest, Chris Moses, who decided to bless us with his presence after a traumatic event that recently took place in his life. Thank you.
How you doing? And thank you for having me.
Yes.
I'm blessed to be here.
Thank you. And please introduce your special guest with you.
My favorite player in the world, my favorite person in the world, my son, CJ Moses. Tell him what up.
Huh.
Thanks for joining us. Okay, so CJ, we're just going to start with you. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I like to play basketball and other like sports like football and stuff like that.
Okay, so is basketball your top sport?
Yes.
Okay, so what position you play?
I'm point guard.
Okay, so do you only like basketball because of your dad?
My dad and my mom.
Okay, your mom plays too?
She was the number one three-point shooter in junior college the year after CJ was born.
Okay.
So yeah, she was pretty tough. She had a lot of offers, Division I offers and stuff. So she's shout out to Nakia. She is currently in the nursing program. So she's working full time and doing a nursing program. So looking forward to her graduating in a couple of months.
Okay. So CJ, how does that feel knowing that both of your parents are like top basketball players? Is that tough?
Not really. I just want to be bigger than them.
Okay, I like that. Okay. So tell us a little bit about your journey with dad these past few months.
It was kind of like harsh because I didn't like seeing him sick and stuff.
Okay. So can you share with us what you understood about what dad was going through?
Not really.
Like, so what she asking is like, how did you feel and like what is the stuff you went through? Like, how was it dealing with me being sick and like you like going to school and still having to focus and stuff like that? Like, tell them about like that.
It was sad, but I just had to push through it.
Okay. Do you feel like you had some good support, like your mom, friends?
My mom and my granny.
Okay. And they just kind of helped you stay positive?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that. I know sometimes that could be something hard to talk about, right? Okay.
Our city is, not to cut you off, Russellville is a very, very small town. Anything that happens on 1st Street, they know about on 7th Street.
Okay.
And I would like to think I'm a well-known figure in that community through basketball and stuff like that. And I taught at the schools and coached a lot of the players that I play now. So when I got sick, it was a lot of support throughout the community as well as their family and mine. But he had a lot of support. Shout out Meg and Rebecca. They and Jeff and them, they were really supportive, just giving them a break and stuff like that, getting them a change of scenery. CJ, like I said, he's not a man of many words just yet, but CJ played a very vital role through that time. I know we're going to get into it later on, but him being able to lock in and handle his business, one of the things I always tell him is killers can't be emotional. Like, you still got to go to work. You still, like, his work is going to school, playing basketball and stuff. And I mean, he had his moments just like anybody else, but he was really there for me a lot, making sure anything I needed, he made sure I got. He really put being a kid to the side, like, without a second thought. And as a parent, you know, sometimes you kind of forget that, like, your kid like really, really loves you. Like, you know, because you got to be hard. I'm hard on him. I have high expectations from me and his mom, his family, and just the sacrifice I know he made, and just the way he cares for me, the way he hugs me, the way he rubs my back, the way he asks me, like, am I okay? Like, we were already close, but like I said, man, I don't know where to go or what to do without him. So I'm glad y'all had an extra microphone because there was no way I was doing this without him. So,
well, thank you for opening up.
Appreciate you.
Quick pause. Are you going to need some tissue?
No, I'm smooth. That's my dog.
You sure?
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I could get a box just in case.
Nah, I'm cool.
That's what everybody's saying.
I'm a dog because if I cry, he is going to talk crazy the whole way home. So, nah, I'm cool. I'm cool.
Okay. All right. So thank you for just being willing to come on camera and share your story. So let's jump right into it. Okay. First, tell me, who is Chris Moses?
Chris Moses is a dad. Okay. I'm a dad before anything. Everything I literally do is for CJ. My logo for Make It Look Easy is CJ as a cartoon. I try to take him everywhere I go. I use basketball as an example of life and how things and stuff work. So I'm a dad first. I really, really enjoy getting to be his dad. It's really fun. And that's something that, as a kid, I always embrace. When I have opportunity to be a father, my biological father, I don't have a relationship with, don't know much about him, but for whatever reasons. But I told myself that when I got an opportunity that I was going to be the best father I could. I want to give a special shout out to Big G, my best friend that I grew up with, lived next door to me, and they like the Huxtables, for lack of a better reference.
Okay.
But man, my best friend shared his dad with me, and then I have amazing father figure, my stepdad, Jay, shout out Jay, who also actually had the same cancer that I had before I did, and he's overcome it as well. But yeah, I'm a dad first. I'm a coach and a trainer as well. And I like to think that I set the tone for the culture, for the basketball culture in the community wherever I'm at, wherever gym I'm at, wherever school I'm at, wherever community I'm at, I set the tone there. So, and I'm a human. I think a lot of people get caught up in the titles that they have or the whatever people think they are or supposed to live up to. But I'm human, and that's one thing I learned from getting sick. Just having that humility of you're gonna have days where you're not feeling good. You're gonna have days where you can't be your best. Obviously, people who know me, my physical appearance has probably changed some, but ultimately, I'm still me and I'm human. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's start from the beginning. Tell us about how you found out and what type of cancer you experienced.
So it is crazy. Looking back at it, I found out I had cancer on my mom's birthday, August 22nd.
That's my son's birthday.
It's crazy, a small world. But what happened was I was having pain on the left side of my face, and I thought it was a toothache or something. During my time coaching at Western, I was having toothaches and stuff, but I was working full-time, father, and I'm coaching at Western and training as well. So I just didn't have time. I would put it to the back burner. I'd take a Tylenol or numb it or whatever, and I was putting the Band-Aid on something that needed stitches. So years go down the line. We had a game, New Year's 2022. We were in Louisiana, actually, playing, and on the way home, my tooth was hurting so bad, I was crying, George, like boo-hoo crying on the plane.
I understand that pain.
And the flight attendant, she couldn't give me any medicine, but she gave me a warm, like the little heat pad thing, and then she gave me a bag of ice, and it ended up treating it, but I didn't take care of it. Like I said, I was so caught up. But eventually, like I said, 2 years passed, I'm at home, and I had tooth pain. And I go to the dentist, finally. So I'm thinking it's an abscess, and that's what they thought it was, too. So they give me medicine to treat it before they pull my teeth. Well, come to find out, I take the medicine. The next day, I am shaking.
Oh, man.
Luckily, I was sitting at his house. His mom is there. She, like I said, she's nurse school, so she was like, hey, call the ambulance. I go to the hospital, and they give me the medication that I've been taking, and it treated it for the moment. But they ended up wanting to, my lymph node was swollen, and they ended up doing a biopsy. So I'm like, man, come on. They made me stay at the hospital, George, I was in the hospital for 5 days.
So how was that? Was you freaking out?
First time I've ever had any kind of surgery. First time I've ever stayed overnight at the hospital. I get sick once a year and act like it's the end of the world. You know how men are. But yeah, I was kind of like, come on, I got stuff to do. I had a camp, actually. I was rushing I rushed the doctor to let me go so I can go to do a Nike camp. But they ended up calling me and telling me they wanted me to come in for some. Okay, I didn't think nothing of it. Right. It's my mom's birthday. So me and my mom and CJ, we go out to eat. We was going to go to Seafood Bowl. So she was going to meet me. We were going to drive to Russellville at after. So she was on the phone. My mama's like everybody else's mama, want to be right there. So I'm like, Mama, no, don't go with me. This is your birthday. Just
Right.
meet me. Tell me where you're going. So she like, she stayed on the phone. So the doctor came in and he was like, hey, you probably want to get off the phone. Oh, this is my mom, like, stay on the phone. He was like, do you want the news? You want me to tell it to you straight? Or I'm like, come on. Like,
Right.
I got
I
somewhere
got
to
somewhere
be.
to go.
He was like, you have cancer. And I was like, what? And my mom and my granny are like the biggest gangsters I know. Like, they don't cry, they even kill. My mom, like, I heard her heart drop. And she was emotional. I'm like, hey, I heard him and got her off the phone. Because if I act like I'm cool, she'll be cool. So I got off the phone. I'm like, so what do you mean? And he was just like, you got cancer in your throat, and we got to put this tube down your mouth. Down your mouth. That through your nose to your throat. Right now, we don't have time to.
Oh.
So they sprayed this stuff to numb it, and they did it, and it sucked, but yeah. And then after that, I went straight. I was like in shock, to be honest with you. I'm like, all right, we got cancer. Like, so what? It's gonna be quick. It still hadn't hit me, and it didn't hit me until after I left out of that room. They took me to the basically the receptionist who makes all your appointments, and I'm hearing the woman say like my age, and she's like, yeah, I know he's young. And then she had to call another doctor and I had like 17 appointments.
Oh, wow.
Like, I went from thinking I'm healthy to 17 appointments, I have cancer. And I just started crying, but it was like that silent cry. And she just gave me the tissue stuff, and I forgot the woman's name, but she prayed for me. I walked out that room, and it felt like you know how you driving, and you can just turn and look, and like that person looking at you, can feel somebody looking at. It felt like everybody was looking at me, and like they were just looking at me like, oh my God, because I was young.
Like you felt like everyone knew.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is I had to snap out of reality in that moment. When I'm walking out of the door, it's like one of those like emergency, like where an ambulance can pull in. I'm walking with my head down. I'm in shock still. I happen to look up, going out the sliding doors. Ambulance, phew, like literally like feet from my feet. And then I realized, Chris, you ain't got time to be emotional. Like, you got to drive all the way home. Like, you don't have time. Like, you got to get home to your son regardless. You got cancer. You're still a daddy. You got to get to your mom. It's still her birthday. Like, you still got to figure it out. And it was rough. But like I said, with time, it got easier.
Okay. So I know I definitely was trying to keep up with your story. You would give us the little blogs.
Yeah.
So what made you want to open up and share that?
For me, I just didn't want to hide it. I got to a point when I finally accepted like what it was and just really sat down and took everything in. I've always strived to be the example. I've had some very, very good examples in my life, whether it was men, Coach Terry, Coach Jay, my stepdad Jay, Big G, or whether it's like my mom or my grandmother, or, just I've been blessed to be around good people. Guys put me around good people pretty much my whole life. And I wanted to show strength. I wanted to show, honestly, it was like an ego thing, to be honest. Like, I'm not broken. I'm not, like, it don't stop. I hid it for a while. But I ultimately had to tell everybody because I was canceling appointments for trainings and stuff like that, trying to make excuses. But then I'm like, ultimately, like, as a businessman, I have to to let everybody know. And once I did that, I said, you know what, I'm gonna take everybody on this journey with me. So it was, for lack of better words, it was therapeutic for me. How my mind worked like basketball 24/7. So like the way I chose to do it, put it in basketball terms and stuff like that. It helped me keep my mind strong and stuff like that because I knew every day people were watching and they wanted to read it and they wanted to see. So I had to have enough energy to do that. And that helped me out a lot because it allowed me to get everything off my chest.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to hold it in because I had to be Superman for him. I don't want nobody to think I'm weak. And then, so I'm never really getting a chance to let everything out. So doing that, it helped. Unfortunately, once my body really started, the chemo and radiation at a point just kind of broke me down.
Yeah.
And I just didn't have the energy to do it. And I was a little emotional and stuff like that. In hindsight, I wish I would have kept doing it just so I could have something to look back on and read. But I was glad that I did it because, time goes on and you kind of forget those feelings, but I'm able to go back and read and stuff like that. But
So I thought that was huge because definitely I tell some of my clients to journal. Now, my men clients aren't as big on journaling
I wasn't either.
versus the women, but the few who have bought into it, like, you know what? I just did it to see what it felt like. And it's like, but once you start, it felt better. And so I did keep track. And the days when you didn't post, in my mind, I was like, okay, today was a hard day.
Right, yeah.
But let's see, if he continues. But you also said something a little bit earlier that I hear a lot of men say, especially a lot of black men, you can't show no emotion. You got to be strong. But as you're holding in all that emotion is either going to cause you to explode with sadness or anger. So why do you feel like you couldn't let those emotions go?
Well, I don't.
Like
The way
in the moment.
I'm really big on the way I look at life. It's like everything is based off performance. You have to perform. At the end of the day, nobody really cares. Like somebody caring doesn't stop what's going on. Whether they care or not, you can't put too much weight into that because ultimately, when I got sick and couldn't do basketball training, my players didn't stop playing basketball. They didn't stop working out. I hope they better not have. They're gonna continue to move forward. So ultimately, if you don't perform, regardless of how much somebody likes you or values your service or anything like that, they're gonna keep moving. So with him, slogan I use in basketball is killers can't be emotional. Like you gotta, whether you can't be too high, can't be too low, you gotta be focused because at the end of the day, nobody really care. Everybody got their own struggle and stuff. My journey was cancer. My son's mom, she had seizures. Everybody has their own thing going on, so nobody's going to stop their life for you. So in the moment when things have to be done, you don't have time to be emotional. I don't think it's healthy to hold it in. Everybody needs someone to talk to. Like we spoke earlier before we got on camera, everybody needs somebody to talk to.
Definitely.
Whether you have a therapist or you have someone that you're comfortable talking to. But I think that's important. But you have to be, especially as a man and an African-American one, my mom taught me at a young age, that's 2 strikes right there. So
Definitely.
I think it's important that you're able to have the strength and the willpower to know that you can, control your emotions in the moment to do what you need to do. And then, like I say, it's important to still be able to voice it. But, that's just been my approach. It's been working with me.
Okay. Look, we're not going to go in the whole session right here.
All right.
Because, what works for some is okay. But also, I think it is important, though, to share with your son and other young black men that it is okay to have emotion. You might not necessarily need to show it when you're having it, but just understanding that just because you feel sad or because you're angry or you're experiencing something that it makes you less than, it's still okay to have those feelings. It's just learning how to display them appropriately. Like if you get angry and then you go punch a hole in the wall, like that's not okay. But being able to recognize what makes you angry and that you're feeling angry and being able to walk away is better than just shutting it down because you don't know when you're going to explode later, or even crying. Like you said, you didn't want to initially accept the cancer. And so if you're feeling sad, maybe CJ's feeling sad, but you told him, killers can't be emotional. So he's just overwhelmed with all this sadness. And then something happens at school that's not even, related. And he might just break down in tears and nobody understands. So just, you can be emotional, but you don't necessarily have to show the emotion right away, but it's okay to have those feelings.
It's funny that you said that we actually had a situation like that. It wasn't like a big thing in school, but CJ, as y'all can see, he don't really like talk a whole bunch if he don't have to, unless like he on a video game or like he's comfortable around you. But he went through. I've never seen him cry through this about me being sick. He never really showed no emotion, honestly. Throughout the process, but at school, his counselors and his cousin is actually his middle school principal. But some of the teachers or the people that like he's comfortable with and stuff like that, where he shows his personality, noticed it, and they actually reached out to just to talk to him and just check on him. And in the very beginning, he wasn't really receptive to it, but as time went on, like he's become more comfortable with doing that, and that was big for me because I knew the reason why I wasn't seeing it at home, where nobody knew something was wrong at home, is because I had brainwashed because I'm his dad, so he gonna listen to whatever I say. He think I'm the hottest thing smoking. I kind of had guided him that way, and um, I'm realizing I'm a person where it's either black or white. There's no gray, and I'm realizing in life you can't do that. There is gray, and you need to be able to establish the difference between all three. And once we went through that helped me with communicating with him and just being even more conscious of what I'm saying and what I'm doing because he literally whatever I say he really he's listening, whether it's basketball, whether it's school, whether it's his little girlfriend, whatever. He takes heed to what I'm saying, even if it doesn't seem like he's really listening or applying it. But yeah, I'm glad you said that, and I appreciate you just being understanding and appreciative of that. Like I said, I know that stuff was hard. I always be on you about being a dog and all of that, but I really commend you on just how you handle everything and stuff like that. Like he seemed like today. Last weekend we played in where was we at? We was in Atlanta, and I got sick at the game. I hadn't ate, and I jumped up too quick and walked out the gym. I had to sit down, and everybody was concerned. And I looked. The first thing I do is look at CJ because I know he looking at me, and I'm like, I'm good. He all right. He was smooth and he just he's tough, and that's one of the things. As a parent, as a boy dad, I gotta know. Look, if I go to dad tomorrow, or if you're in a tough situation, can you protect yourself or can you hold your own? And that's something I'm very proud that you do. But he's starting to have that balance of just communicating how you feel and stuff. And I'm proud of you, and I appreciate you, dog.
CJ, do you feel comfortable sharing with us one of the hardest moments you had? Okay, go ahead.
Like with him?
Yes.
So one time at night, I think I was at my mom's house, and he got really sick, and then he walked outside and he threw up on the porch.
Oh,
and I had to go get him some water and a towel and stuff.
Okay. And how'd that make you feel?
I was sad, but I feel like I did the right thing.
Okay.
He when his mom started having, she's a lot better now. Obviously, she's driving and working and stuff like that. But when she started having seizures and stuff like that, he was young. He was in elementary school, and part of it was, he a kid. He don't understand what's going on. He hey, Daddy, he what's wrong with Mama? Oh, her head hurting, or she just, she tired. And he'll be like, all right, can I play the game, or can I go outside? He don't, but as it's starting to happen more and more, CJ has had to call an ambulance. It's been the time that I was actually out of town for an AAU tournament on my way to Indianapolis, and he might have been third or fourth grade, and she had a seizure, and he was the only one there, where he had to call it. He called me, Mama had failed, she had a seizure. I'm like, all right, get off the phone, call an ambulance, and then call your granny. And he had to sit on the phone. He had to do it a couple of times. He don't be shook up, and he poised. And it's people who know me know I'm a rah guy. He be chilling. If he really mad, you had to really do something. Or if he really said something, had to really be going on. But he was very poised, and he's had to do it multiple times at a young age. So I know he be hurt. I remember that he was scared. I could see it in his eye. He was scared, but like I said, he had to perform. I don't have time to be scared right now. I have to do this for my daddy, or you know what I'm saying. So it's that stuff. Something CJ's my only child, so I didn't have my son was the first baby I probably ever held, and just know I don't even know what I'm doing. Something I'm freestyling. I think I'm doing what I heard my mama say this, so I think I heard that somebody do this and that worked or whatever, and just sometimes when I see him do the right thing or make the right decisions, especially when I'm not around, when nobody's there to really hold him accountable, to see what he does, who he is when he's not with us. It lets me know I'm doing all right. I'm not half bad at this parent stuff. So he makes it really easy. Kitty, we have our adversity, dealing with school and, girls and behavior and sports and trying to balance all that. So you have good days and you have bad, but I'm just proud that he never wants to quit. So
okay.
My dog.
CJ, while your dad was battling cancer, what was the one thing you kept telling yourself that you had to do?
Not show so much emotion.
Okay, why?
Cause I don't want to think I was like feel bad for him.
Okay. So you felt like you had to be strong for him. Okay. And are you still the strong one?
My dog.
Okay. So what is the hardest day for you, and how did it affect your mentality?
There was a moment, I wouldn't even call it a day. It was about halfway through the chemo. So I did chemotherapy from beginning of September till, it was 6.5 weeks. So like till the week of Thanksgiving, like 2 days before Thanksgiving. So I was doing chemo once a week, and I was doing radiation Monday through Friday. I lost my taste buds like the second week, but I was like physically fine. But it got to a point where like, I was drained. Like I could barely like get in the car. Like, it was taking a lot of energy to get up and just do things you think nothing about. It got to a point where, because I wasn't eating much, because like I said, it was in my throat. Like I ended up losing 45 pounds. Yeah, 45 pounds. I was in the bed, doing no lie, 23 hours out the day. Like I felt like a zombie. Rolling over in the bed, felt like I was on a roller coaster. It just, I went through that for about a month. So about a month of my, that process was like that. And that was when going through, doing the, keeping y'all updated, that was literally the only thing keeping me through. And then having the energy for Pedro and Terry, who are my clients. Pedro plays for the Indiana Pacers G League team, and Terry plays for the Bulls. I would sit up and watch their games because I know they're gonna call me, and like they're calling me to vent. And if I don't know if I didn't watch the game, they can tell, and then they're gonna be like, "Bye, Chris. Like I'm gonna call you back," or I can't. So I used to. That was tough though, just not being able to go to the gym with him, not being able to wrestle and play with him, not being able, like the whole point of me coming back to Russellville was to be with him, and just not being able to be a parent, not being able to be myself. It was time during that month span, I couldn't talk because the phlegm and it just hurt to swallow, it hurt to talk. Like I literally was like, like almost doing sign language. I was I had to download an app where I would type the words and then it would voice it. It was a journey, but like I said, God and blessed me with the will and the support system to get through. So I'm grateful.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
All right, we're going to shift the focus just a little bit.
All right.
Tell me about your brand. How did that come about?
Make it look easy. Literally, I don't know how it came to me. I knew I wanted to train. I was blessed to be able to play at the collegiate level at JUCO, NAIA, and Division II. And my last year at the Division II, I'm going to just be honest, my grades wasn't together and I wasn't eligible to play. And I knew basketball was really the only thing I knew how to do. And I always wanted to do it. The goal was to have like all my friends and stuff train and do it with me. But people had wanted to go in different directions and stuff like that. But I was already bought into it. And then one day the acronym just came. I was looking for a name and I smiled and I'm like, oh, I like that. And then when I came up with the acronym, I'm like, oh, this is it. And but yeah, the brand is about my slogan is changing the culture one dribble at a time. Like I said, to just make it look easy. My clients, you can tell a make it look easy kid when you see them. They're going to be tough mentally. They're going to be able to take tough coaching. They're not going to be able to handle adversity with detail. They're going to hold your follow through. It's just certain stuff that they're going to do. But my brand is about empowering players and just making sure they have confidence, getting them to where they need to be, whatever their goals are. Let's do whatever it takes to get there. And then as well, we in the community, we give away toys. We do turkey drives along with Brick City Dream Team. We do a lot of giving back to the community and the homeless and stuff like that. So it's about giving back and just doing what Coach Terry did for me. Shout out, I am a playmaker, basketball alumni. So, and Coach Terry, in my darkest hours, Coach Terry and his family has always been a shout out Miss Borkin too. She the real playmaker.
Yeah.
But his family has been very impactful for me, and I wanted to be that. for my generation and my community and stuff like that. So,
Okay.
Yep.
And so you mentioned Coach Terry.
Yeah.
Was there anyone else influential into you becoming who you are?
My uncle Willie, my whole family's from Buffalo, New York. He's the first person to like push me to play. So my grandmother is very strict. I'm her favorite grandchild.
Okay.
And any of y'all we can have that dispute. I got time. But my mom was the youngest of 7, so I was her youngest grandbaby, and she was just our neighborhood where she lives at is rough, and the houses in New York are like really close, like you could almost touch. My granddad, rest in peace, my granddad had a big shed where he used to work on cars and boats and all that kind of stuff. I wanted a basketball goal. My granny is 80-something years old, don't drive, walks everywhere. Been smoking cigarettes probably her whole life, but she walks everywhere. So I had to. She made me carry that goal home. She bought it for me. I carried it all the way home. It was like a nice little walk. But my Uncle Willie got a piece of like wood, nailed it, put it together, and I came home from church one day and my goal was up, and I fell in love with it because I didn't have nothing else to do. I couldn't go nowhere. I couldn't really do nothing. I got really good. I spent a year up there playing basketball and going to school, and he said I took a liking to it. He used to sneak me to the park and play with the older guys. He'd brag on me and stuff like that. And yeah, my Uncle Willie, so he started it. My cousin Asia was a really good basketball player. She actually played Division One. She ended up playing in North Carolina. She was pretty good. So she was the first basketball player I seen like, oh my God, my cousin good. Like this is cool. Like her, Coach Jay, my first AAU team. He's one of the first people that really believed in me. We had a local AAU team that ended up having some standouts. Zamari McClendon, he played 4 years in college. Was a JUCO player, All-American Player of the Week. Adam Barnes, who's currently a GM for the New Orleans Pelicans G League team. Marquise Rudolph is an all-time like assist at Trevecca. Our whole team, pretty much, everybody who really wanted to play ended up being really good players in college, and those who didn't went on to aspire to be very successful in life. Shout out to my guy Ajuan. He had an amazing military career, and now in the real world, a civilian, doing very well. And he just started his training business, doing weightlifting and stuff. He a muscle head. But yeah, so I've had, like I said, Coach Terry. I just been really blessed. Anything that I really wanted to do. Shout out to the Clemens Center. I'm a Clemens Center baby. I went to all the summer camps. The only thing they didn't teach me how to do was swim. But like they were always open and stuff like that, and that staff there was always supportive of me, and whatever I needed, they would help me. So I've been blessed with an amazing supporting staff, as well as my big G, my best friend's dad. Any sport we played, like we never just played. Like if we had a baseball game, he bought like the little hit away stuff. We doing 1,000 hit aways before the game, and football, he had us running into each other, tackling, make sure we wasn't scared. And basketball, he bought us basketball goal and made sure we was, competing and playing. So I've always had an amazing support system.
Well, that's awesome. Okay, so you have Make It Look Easy, and tell us about all of the other basketball stuff you got going on.
So with Make It, I coached. I spent a year coaching under Rick Stansbury at Western Kentucky. I wasn't a manager. I guess I was like a student assistant. That's the best way to explain it. I was over the player development, so guys who need to work out. I ran the pregame workouts, and like if a guy's injured and stuff like that, or not getting a lot of playing time, or just want to get some extra shots or something like that, we would go through film breakdowns, skill work, and just continue to make sure that they're the best that they can be. I was the youngest on the staff, so like I'm old enough and respected enough where they're gonna listen to what I have to say, but I'm young enough where I can say it cool, so they'll listen to me. I'm literally saying the same stuff Coach told you earlier, but I just say it cooler. So I've spent some time coaching in college. I've trained. I do team camps. I do national camps, made hoops, prep hoops. I do help with some of the write-ups, and I also have, as well as my guy Rontrell Braxton and Cortez Ivory. Cortez is an assistant at Christian County High School, and Rontrell is the founder and lead trainer of Elevate Your Game. We do an unsigned senior showcase. We're coming up, shameless plug. We have our 5th annual Unsigned Senior Showcase coming up. We've been blessed to help over at least 30 to 40 kids sign scholarships and have opportunity to continue their passion. Some have went on to be very successful National Players of the Week, national champions, and some have even went on and ended up being Division I players and stuff. So we've been blessed to be able to do that. And our event is coming up again April 6th in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. Only $50, making sure it's cost efficient. I was one of those kids who didn't know. I didn't know where I was going to school until the day before prom. I went and worked out for shout out to Coach DeGaulle. He said he was going to help me get to school, and that's what he did. He got me a workout, an invite to go play at Vol State, and I had that opportunity. I played probably my best basketball my senior year and got that opportunity. So I know how it is to be the kid that who wants it but may not be as skilled or may not have as many opportunities as others to get exposure. So that's something that we're really diligent about. So we have our Unsigned Senior Showcase. Obviously, we do events and training and stuff like that. What other stuff do we have going on?
You got the Trench League, right?
Oh, Trench League, yep. So we had 2 seasons of that. That's something that was near and dear to me. A neighborhood legend, Mook Wayne, he played at Northeast. He was a really good player, and he passed away due to some health issues and to cancer. And we, with Chad Davis, or people call him Cheese, his rap name, and better known for his clothing brand, Ain't No Love. We collaborated on doing a basketball league. That's something I always wanted to do. We played outside. We played everywhere. We would literally, everybody I know in the basketball world that's in Clarksville, like we would ride bikes, catch a bus, neighborhood to neighborhood. That's really how me and Demarius Smith met. From he played at Kenwood. We used to ride to Bel Air Park, and my Northwest friends would play them, and then we came together and would ride the bus and go play the Southside kids at the 10th Street Park or Burke Cobb and stuff like that. So we wanted to. That's something I was very passionate about, and through with Chad doing the jerseys and getting some sponsorship from some great people in Louisville. We were able to pay for the league. It's free, 100% free. We try to get the best talent, whether you're playing in school or not, but it's for high school or, the top players in the city to play. The goal of it is each area of Clarksville. So we have all the housing authorities, the, rougher areas, but as long as we got Exit 1 and no area of Clarksville is left out. And what we did was we have a successful player or a person coaching their team who's in the community, whether, like, for instance, Didi is from New Providence area. He coaches the New Providence team. So he can help you. You want to get better? Right there. Now you have access to that guy. You have his number. You have social media. He's coaching you. He can help you. And then we would get someone from the community, Guy Stanford. He's not in the basketball world per se as a coach, but he was a pretty good basketball player during his time in high school, and he's in a business where he co-owns stuff. He owns businesses and restaurants, and he's in the business world, so he can help you. Okay, maybe you don't run fast or jump high enough to play basketball. There's other avenues where you can do this or do that. So every community, Monty Burney from Greenwood, he was very successful in college and high school. Day Williams, Pearly, what's the name, Coach, that we had, you had on your show, Cordell. Just all the resources that I have, I try to bring them all together, and we were able to play at the park, and then this past year we were even able to play inside. Shout out First Missionary Baptist, opening their doors, Pastor Harris, opening those doors to his sanctuary for us to play, and we were very appreciative of that. We have live DJ, live music. It's a vibe. Give the city something to do. When I was growing up on Sundays, they had the Factory League, and it used to be on Sundays. It used to be everybody and their mama was coming out there to play, and it was just something to do, something to look forward to. So we kind of bringing that back, and the Trench League just playing off, the words. You got to play tough, and the areas and stuff like that, and it gives the opportunity for kids who may not play on their team to show, hey, I can play. I'm just as good as the guy that you see on Tuesdays and Fridays. So that has been very successful. We've had food trucks and where the kids eat free and stuff like that by the grace of the food trucks and stuff like that. So very appreciative. We had mayors and Cedric Webster has been very instrumental behind the scene. He's another person that's been very influential for me. Him and Pearlie are the reason that I even started coaching, like coaching teams. I coached my first AAU team because of Pearlie and Coach Cedric. And so anything that I need to do, Coach Cedric and always goes above and beyond to make sure that I not only that I get it done, but I have a platform to showcase it. So,
Okay. So now that you have beat cancer, what's next?
yeah, I'm 1-0 in the biggest game of my life. What's next is doing everything I was doing bigger and better and on a larger platform. I'm back training, so just being available on more platforms, offering my services. I just partnered up with U-Train. It's a basketball app for people to find trainers. You may be coming from out of town and still want to work out. You can go on there and
That's dope.
book me and stuff like that. Obviously, I have my website and my Instagram, social media, but just being more accessible to the youth. I own a gym in Hopkinsville. It's in the Atlas Athletic Club, and I just want to be able to get more out of that. I train and stuff out there, but I'm looking forward to having some youth leagues and men's leagues and just as well as in Hopkinsville at my gym, but in Russellville and Bowling Green, just giving more and just applying my resources at a high level, training, learning more, and just continue to broaden my brand. I need when I get old and ready to lay it down, I want him to be able to walk into a machine where all he got to do is his job and or just oversee it. I don't even want to have to train, just oversee. So I'm starting an internship program. I did that last year with my pros. They came in and just helped train, but M Child. I'm sorry, I can't remember your whole name, but he's a Hall of Famer from Russellville, Kentucky. He's starting to train, and he's going to be a part of it so we can have more trainers so it ain't just me. He can, with him being a well-known figure in his community, he can kind of take over Russellville where I might just drop in and check in, make sure if anybody needs anything, or, I have clients, he have clients, we can help more people, as well as Ralph. I have a close friend named Ralph from Hopkinsville. He's with me everywhere. We go to events and coach and stuff. He's starting to train and stuff like that. So just starting an internship program, empowering more people to do more. I think I'm at a place in my life. I'm really confident that I'm not in competition with anyone. I'm good.
Okay.
So I can empower the youth and empower people. I'm looking for the next young guy that wants to train, and I want to be able to help them get into it. They may not be able to play. They may have had a career in the injury, and they still love the game, and they can still give back. And it's very rewarding. So I was looking for media people, young guys or ladies that are in the media where they want to take pictures. We always need content. Shout out Right Images, but he does that as well as always empowering people. To with this craft and stuff, so I want to be able to continue to do the same. So, I'm trying to be like Walmart. Everything you need basketball related, come to make it look easy.
Okay.
Oh, clothing brand too. I gotta do better at that. I was high. I was mad at myself. My mom is on me about that. And then when you text me and said, you got any merch? I'm like, man, I don't got nothing going on. But
no, it's
I
fine.
want to get that merch out. That's something I'm passionate about doing as well. So my Undeniable brand is going to be like a lifestyle brand. That's another slogan of Make It Look Easy. Don't be good enough. Be undeniable, where no one can take your opportunity away from you. So. So clothing brand and just doing everything I've been doing, but doing it on a larger scale.
Okay. So from your basketball journey and even your journey through cancer, what is your biggest takeaway right now?
That God is the greatest.
Okay.
And that as long as you are good to people, people will be good to you. Through my basketball training, I've been blessed through this. I haven't been training 10 years. I'm 33. Golly. I'm 32. Dang, CJ, my fault. Yeah, I'm tripping. My birthday coming up in May, but I haven't been training 10 years. And through that, to have NBA clients and just have the success, my clients having the success from my training, and, it's happened really fast, but the impact I've made as a person on these people, the high school kids, middle school kids, the parents, the pros. Like when I got sick, I realized my impact. Shout out to UHA, Logan County, Board of Education, and those teachers. They sent during my time of not working because I was a new employee. I wasn't able to get life insurance and stuff like that. I wasn't able to make the claim. I had enough sick days where I didn't miss a check. University Heights, because I wasn't training, I didn't realize how much money I was missing until I wasn't able to train. But they covered our Christmas as well.
That's
as
a blessing.
Coach Adler, the husband and wife, they donated. There was a lot of people that donated money and time, and the Flynn family from University Heights, and a lot of other people that wanted to be remain nameless, and I'm very grateful for that. But the impact that I made in life with my clients and stuff and these people, I realized I got caught up in, oh yeah, you hooping, or we worked on that, and it's really like the phone calls I made and just the text messages and just checking on people and, the jokes, and I call all my clients ugly. Just like that kind of stuff. Like, I realized how important that stuff is, and I took that for granted. I'm going to be honest with you. I would just be myself. I didn't think about, like, the importance of it. I just being me. And that has helped me with coaching him now and training him and just understanding, like, all right, I might have fussed at you in the workout, but now it's time to play the video game. I'm getting ready now. So, yeah, just making an impact. The mark I leave on this earth is more important than what I did. And that's the biggest thing I've took from it.
All right. Thank you for coming on and sharing. So I always end any episode with two things. You get to ask me a question if you have one. If not, don't worry about it. And then you get to pick from my lovely envelopes.
Oh, Lord.
And I ask you a question.
You got it. You're going to choose it. The question I have for you is, what makes you so passionate about your field of work?
Good question. All right. So I just feel like I'm a problem solver. Like, I see something and I like to approach it. I'm always going to look at the most obvious answer, but I'm always looking at what's been overlooked. And so just being able to help people look at things differently, reframe things, or just have a new perspective about it also helps me in my own life, because sometimes I'll be talking to a client and I'm like, oh, shoot, maybe I need to take my own advice, right?
That happens with me too, basketball, yeah.
And so just seeing people feel better about whatever decision they're making, or just reaching a new milestone in their life, knowing that they always had the capacity to do it. They just needed to take a pause and approach it differently. I don't know. I just like helping people. And if me helping you solve a problem is going to make you feel better, then that's what I like to do.
Yeah, like I said earlier, it's really a blessing to be able to wake up and be able to provide for yourself and your family, doing something you love doing. And that's literally, I still laugh when, like, I do a workout and they give me money. I'm like, I'm still in the church's money. So, yeah, it's a blessing. And one last thing I want to say is to the public or anybody watching, I hope that my journey inspires you to embrace yours. The journey is the reward. I seen that. I posted it the other day. I shared it on Facebook and Instagram and stuff. But the journey is the reward. Embrace your struggles. Embrace just getting better every day. Just that 1%. Life is very short. Don't go to sleep mad at someone you love or someone you care about. Make sure the people that you care about, you let them know that. Because things happen. Freak accidents happen. People's health go up and down. Just embrace life, do what you're passionate about, and do it hard enough and well enough where you can get paid for it, because being able to do what I love is so fulfilling, and to be able to take my loved ones with me is amazing. So embrace the world. Remember to work hard. We just make it look easy.
All right. Okay. CJ, you going to pick for your dad?
Yeah, pick one, man. Oh, don't sell me. Pick a good one. Close your eyes.
All right.
I knew you was going to pick them, man.
All right. You want to read it, or you want me to read it?
You can read it.
Okay. If you could pick anyone besides Morgan Freeman to narrate your life,
Oh, that's tough.
who would it be?
Ooh, that's tough. Anyone to narrate my life.
But you can't pick Morgan Freeman.
This probably you'll probably never expect this, but Coach Terry, the people who like know him for like if you get to like if you're blessed with the opportunity to have a relationship with him like outside when I got grown, like when I stopped playing basketball, we got our relationship good. We were close. Coach Terry took me in I was trash when I met Coach Terry. I was a junior. I got cut. I had a journey to go play college basketball. And he took me anywhere, but when I got done playing, he like another person on that phone, dog. But yeah, like if you've been lucky enough to hear him, if you know Coach Terry for real, Coach Terry off the chain. The Detroit of him comes out. Y'all get to Clarksville Professional. I know Terry for real. So yeah, probably Coach Terry for real. Oh no. If not him, Diddy Smith, Diddy crazy, and he could be. Have you had him on?
Yes.
Listen, the next
Super
time you see Diddy, you gotta have him do Mike Epps. He sounds just like Mike Epps. But yeah, Diddy or Coach Terry. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good one. Man, that's crazy.
See, it wasn't too bad.
Morgan Freeman. I ain't gonna lie. That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one. Yeah.
That's why I had to take him out because everybody would pick him.
Once again, thank you so much.
No,
for having
thank
me on
you
the
for
show.
coming on, and thank you for choosing me to do your interview
Hey,
with.
there's no better podcast to be on than Ask J-Mo.
All right,
She
thank
gonna
you.
keep it real. Thank you.
All right, that's a wrap.
Gonna be real smooth like Gary Coleman.